Dear students, welcome to Insight Academy. Today I am going to discuss questions of IAS Prelims Examination 2021 with you. This session is for General Studies. GS पेपर के जितने भी क्वेश्चंस है वो सब हमने सेगमेंट बाय सेगमेंट डिवाइड किए हैं and all these questions will be discussed one by one but in segments. This time most of the questions related to history, culture or science and technology or environment have been at one place or together. UPSC has placed all the questions related to a particular topic at one place and that has made the life of students quite easy. So, history and culture से हम शुरुआत करेंगे. हिस्ट्री कल्चर के बाद पॉलिटी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के प्रश्न लेंगे. आफ्टर दैट ज्योग्राफी एनवायरनमेंट के प्रश्न लेंगे. उसके बाद साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी और इकोनॉमी वाले प्रश्न हम लेंगे. प्रश्न सभी एक के बाद एक है, एक आध को छोड़कर. सारे प्रश्नों के उत्तर क्या है, सही उत्तर सही क्यों है, गलत उत्तर गलत क्यों है, सोर्स क्या है, वो सब हम यहाँ पर डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. तो हर एक प्रश्न को ध्यान से सुनिए and try to find out your right option or wrong option. Keep your question paper with you so that you could match your options and you could ensure that where do you stand today. So चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं हिस्ट्री एंड कल्चर के सेगमेंट से. ये जो हमारे पास सेट है दिस इज सेट ए. सो यहाँ पर सेट ए के प्रश्न हैं. दिस यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. जो नंबर्स भी है क्वेश्चन के वो सेट ए के आधार पर है. अगर हम ट्रेंड की बात करें हिस्ट्री कल्चर वाला प्रश्न या बाकी सब्जेक्ट के प्रश्न का ट्रेंड क्या रहा. क्वेश्चंस वर moderately easy, quite easier than last year question papers. Question in terms of size also were little small. पॉलिटी वाले क्वेश्चंस तो बहुत इजी थे, काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस जस्ट केक वॉक थे. हिस्ट्री में कुछ क्वेश्चन थोड़े डिफ़िकल्ट थे, ऐसा ही साइंस में है. अप्लाइड नेचर काफ़ी ज़्यादा थी इस बार. सो प्रश्न डिफ़िकल्ट नहीं है, प्रश्न मॉडरेटली डिफ़िकल्ट है और 20-25 प्रश्न तो ऐसे हैं जो बहुत ही इजी है इस टेस्ट पेपर में. सो एज फार एज ट्रेंड गोज, एज फार एज नेचर ऑफ क्वेश्चन गोज हियर, the paper you can say was moderate in terms of level of difficulty, and once it was moderate, so you people are expected to do at least 46 to 48 questions net. It means somewhere between 92 to 98 cutoff has to be there or is likely to be there, so that way you have to keep in mind. Trend थोड़ा हाँ बदला है इस बार. सारे क्वेश्चंस एक जगह पे दे दिए यूपीएससी ने सब्जेक्ट वाइज. सो हिस्ट्री कल्चर के ऑल द क्वेश्चंस आर एट वन प्लेस एक्सेप्ट फ्यू हियर एंड देयर. Polity, all the questions are in series. Science and technology, all the questions are in series. Similarly, geography, environment and economy, questions are in series one after other. So this was little different. This was making life easy. Otherwise, UPSC used to mix up the questions quite badly. So let us see the first question of history culture. This is question number 31 and I'm writing here set A. So this set A you have to keep in mind. This question is about Chaunsat Yogini temple. This temple is in MP near Morena or in Morena district. With reference to Chaunsat Yogini temple situated near Morena, consider the following statements. So you have to read the statements carefully. सभी statements को ध्यान से पढ़ना है और ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे तो आंसर आपको ऑटोमेटिकली मिल जाएगा. It is a circular temple. Definitely यदि टेम्पल आपने देखा है, इट्स अ सर्कुलर टेम्पल. ये देखिए, दिस इज एरियल व्यू ऑफ चौंसठ योगिनी टेम्पल. इट्स अ सर्कुलर टेम्पल built during the reign of Kachapagata dynasty. So these were local rulers, feudatories or subordinates of Chandelas. This temple was built by King Devpal in 11th century AD. So first statement is correct here. It's a circular temple built during the reign of Kachapagata dynasty. Statement number 2, it's the only circular temple. This statement is wrong because we have some more temples of Chaunsat Yogini which are circular. Look at this example here. This is Hirapur in Odisha. This is also circular temple. So these images of yoginis are placed in panels inside as well as outside. So this is another circular temple. It means 64 Yogini temple is not the only circular temple built in India. So ये केवल अकेला circular temple भारत में नहीं है. So this is wrong. It was meant to promote Vaishnava cult. No, it's a Shaiva. This is related to Shaivism. 64 Yogini temples are dedicated to Shiva. Shiva lingas are there everywhere. So Shiva is the Ast Devata here. The main deity is Shiva. It's not a Vaishnava temple. So point number 3 is also wrong here. Number 4, its design has given rise to popular belief that it was the inspiration behind Indian Parliament. So this is quite correct here. Lutyens and Baker, they designed Indian Parliament, and many sources have confirmed that these architects visited this place, they studied it, and they designed Indian Parliament on the design of or on the shape of this 64 Yogini temple. You can see this is circular, the way we have Indian Parliament. Arcade, Varanda. Varanda in the Parliament is on the outside. This is having arcade inside. So this is the inspiration behind design of Indian Parliament. The Parliament building was designed by Lutyens and Baker. So this point is correct here. Point number 4 is correct. So 1 and 4 are correct. 2 and 3 are wrong. Now let us see the options. Which of these are correct? So 1 and 4 are correct. It means option is C. So question number 31, here option is C. So this is question number 31. Remember, this is set A of question papers. We have A, B, C and D. So you have to follow set A. All these questions are taken from set A. So order is in accordance with set A. Look at the next question, question number 32. Which of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management and building of dams and channeling water into reservoirs? So हड़प्पा सभ्यता के जितने भी स्थल प्राप्त हुए हैं, उन सभी स्थलों में धोलावीरा, गुजरात में स्थित धोलावीरा, the city of Dholavira located in Rann of Kutch, Gujarat, has these unique features. 16 reservoirs have been discovered at Dholavira. Some of these reservoirs were interconnected. It means they knew water filtration. Water was channeled with the help of canals into these reservoirs for storage purposes. So highest level of development of water harvesting and management was discovered in the city of Dholavira of Harappan civilization. So this is located in Gujarat. Option here is A. So very easy question. I think every student knows this particular feature. Number 33, in the first quarter of 17th century, in which of the following were the factories of the English established? So you have to keep in mind first quarter of 17th century. It means 1600 to 1625. That's the first quarter of 17th century. So you have to keep the date in mind. If you look at the date here, Bharuch factory was established in 1616. This was in 1750s and this was in 1801. So Bharuch is the only option here, not Chikakol, not Trichinopalli. So Bharuch, other factories were established in 18th century or even in 19th century early years. So option here is only one. This is question number 33. Question number 34, from the decline of Guptas until the rise of Harshvardhan. Decline of Guptas means 500 AD around decline started, by 550 AD Guptas were no more. Rise of Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan sat on throne in 606 AD. So we are talking about a period of around a century or 50 years. Early 7th century, which of the following kingdoms were holding power in northern India? Guptas of Magadha were one of the feudatories or one of the kind of breakout parts of Imperial Guptas. Imperial Guptas were the main Guptas like Chandragupta first, Chandragupta second, Vikramaditya, in between Samudragupta, thereafter Kumar Gupta first is Skandagupta. So that Gupta dynasty got fragmented and three branches emerged: Guptas of Magadha, Guptas of Bengal, Guptas of Western India. So these Guptas of Magadha were the later Guptas. They emerged as an important power after the decline of Gupta central authority or after the decline of imperial Gupta dynasty. Parmars of Malwa were in early medieval age. They were not here. Pushyabhutis of Thanesar were definitely around 500 AD. They came into existence. Harshvardhan was from the Pushyabhuti dynasty itself. So Pushyabhuti dynasty was established by Naravardhana in around 500 AD with capital at Thanesar. Mokris of Kannauj were important power. Harshad's sister Rajyasri was married to Mokri king Grahavarman, and when Grahavarman was killed by Shashank of Bengal and Devgupta of Malwa, the third branch of Guptas, Western India, that is Malwa. So when he was killed by Devgupta of Malwa and Shashank of Bengal, Harsha had to take up the responsibility of Kingdom of Kannauj. So that led to integration of Kingdom of Kannauj and Thanesar. So Mokris of Kannauj were important power during this period of Guptas to Harsha. Yadavas of Devgiri also were later phenomena. If you recall, Yadava king Ramachandra Dev was defeated, was subjugated by Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin married his wife, that is Kamala Devi, and Deval Devi was the daughter of this Yadava king. Deval Devi Khizr Khani was a famous romantic poem written by Amir Khusro. These Yadavas emerged in 13th century after the decline of Chalukyas of Kalyani. So this was not the case here. Maitrikas of Vallabhi were definitely here during 6th century. So 2 and 5, 1, or they are 1, 3, 4, and 6. Let us see the option 1, 3, 4, and 6. It means option is B. So it's very easy question. There's no date which is very close, okay, a difference of only few years where you can get confused. There's always a difference of few hundred years here. So you can easily guess which dynasties were there between Guptas and Harsha. So option here is, that is B, 1, 3, 4, and 6, because 2 Parmars and 5 Yadavas were of later period, that is early medieval age, and this is medieval age. Question number 35. According to Portuguese writer Nonij visited India during the reign of Vijayanagar Empire. The women in Vijayanagar Empire were expert in multiple activities. He said they used to take part in wrestling. He said women used to maintain accounts. They used to work in accounts department. Women were soothsayers. Soothsayer means fortune tellers. And they used to participate in astrology also. They will tell what is right, what is bad omen. That's the work of soothsayers. So women were doing all these activities, very easy stuff. I hope you all have read Foreign Travelers, Nonij, Abdur Razzaq, Domingo Pais, Caesar Frederick. So if you have read, then this question becomes very easy. All the 4, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4, D. Question number 36. With reference to Madanapalle, is a place in Andhra Pradesh. Which one of the following statement is correct? Now this is slightly off the track. This is slightly of a difficult nature. Because generally these kind of questions are not read by students. These kind of things are generally not covered in the books. But if you have attended good classes, then definitely you can write this, you can answer this question. These kind of things are always covered in classes. We have covered this question in our classes. So if you have attended the classes, if you have got our notes from here, then definitely you will find this question, all the points. Pigali Venkaya designed tricolor of Indian national flag here. Now this is not right. He designed this in Krishnagiri. Pattabhistharamaiah was from Andhra, but he was arrested at Ahmednagar. He was leading Quit India movement in Ahmednagar when he was arrested. Rabindranath Tagore translated national anthem here. So Rabindranath Tagore translated national anthem at this place from Bengali to English language. That's a unique thing here. And that is very commonly known to students, but only if you have depth of knowledge. If you have just read traditional sources, then you will not find these kind of points in your notes. You would have never come across. Madin Blavatsky and Colonel Olcott set up headquartered at Adyar, not at Madanapalli. So option here is C. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore translated Jana Gana Mana from Bengali to English language at Madanapalli in Andhra Pradesh. 37. Consider following pairs. Burj Home, there are no rock-cut shrines. There are no rock-cut shrines, caves here. So first is not matched. Burj Home is famous for pit dwelling. Burj Home is a place in Kashmir near Srinagar and it is a site of Neolithic culture. So यहाँ पर कोई भी cave वगैरह नहीं है. That's basically pit dwelling. Chandraketugarh in Odisha has revealed a large number of terracotta figurines. So Chandraketugarh, that is famous for terracotta art. Not Odisha, sorry, Bengal. So this is famous for terracotta art. Ganeshwar is a site of Chalcolithic culture, Ahar culture to be particular, among Chalcolithic cultures also. So Ganeshwar has yielded a large number of copper implements because copper was found locally in Jhunjhunu district in Khetri mines of Rajasthan at that time. So 2 and 3 are right here. 1 is wrong because there is no rock-cut shrine in Burj Home. Question number 38. Consider the following statements. It was during the reign of Iltutmish that Genghis Khan reached Indus in pursuit of fugitive Khwarizm prince. Jalaluddin Mangbarni was this prince of Khwarizm. Genghis Khan attacked, captured the kingdom of his father Alauddin Shah. Khwarizm prince Jalaluddin Mangbarni ran towards India. He sought shelter from Iltutmish. Iltutmish refused to give him shelter. Iltutmish sent a message to him that climate of India is not suitable for your health, so please find shelter somewhere else. So that's a very popular, very, very common piece of information which every student, I think, comes across during the course of preparation. So first one is right. It was during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq that Timur occupied Multan. Timur attacked India in 1398. In 1389 around he came, occupied this Indus region. So this is 1398 phenomena, 1389, 90, 91 phenomena. Muhammad bin Tughlaq had died way before in 1351. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq ruled from 1326 to 1351. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was not the king here, was not the Sultan of Delhi at that time. It was Nasruddin Mahmud Shah Tughlaq. Second statement is wrong. Third one, it was during the reign of Devaraya II. Devaraya II was from 1422 to 1442. So he was in the mid-15th century. Vasco da Gama came to India in which year? 1498. So Vasco da Gama came to India. He discovered the direct sea route from Europe, Lisbon to India in 1498. So that is also not correct. So point number 3 is wrong. Which of the statements are correct? Only one is correct. So option here is A. So read statements carefully. Most of these statements are quite easy. Of course, it's UPSC, it's IAS exam. Some statements are bound to be difficult. So option here is only 1. 39. Consider the following. So here you can see the option here. Don't miss one only. That is A. 39. Consider the following statements. Saint Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of Jesuit order. So this was established by 9 members and he was one of the founding members in 16th century. Saint Francis Xavier died in Goa. He died in China because from India he moved toward China. He died in Sichuan province of China, not in Goa, so that is wrong. First is right. Third, Feast of Saint Xavier's, Saint Francis Xavier is celebrated on 3rd of December every year because this was the day on which Saint Francis Xavier left this world. So this is a prominent festival in the state of Goa in India even today. So 1 and 3 are correct. You have to choose the correct one. Instructions, you have to always pay attention. So option is C. Question number 40. With reference to the history of ancient India, which of the following statements are correct? This question is about Mitakshara and Dayabhaga. Mitakshara, Dayabhaga, these are the books related to Indian civil law or the Hindu civil law. Mitakshara was written by Vigneshwara or Vigneshwar. Dayabhaga was written as a commentary, as a comment on Mitakshara by Jimuta Vahana. So Jimut Vahan wrote Dayabhaga. Mitakshara was written by Vigneshwar. Both are related to Hinduism, both are related to the same group. It's not about caste here, there's no issue of upper caste, lower caste. Mitakshara is orthodox, Dayabhaga is a reformed version or a liberal version of this treatise or the law book. So first statement here is wrong because there is no issue of caste, upper caste, lower caste. This is all about orthodox or the liberal or reformed version. In Mitakshara system, the sons can claim right to property upon their birth. Mitakshara says that the moment a son is born, he gets a right over the father's property. Son can claim a right in father's property even during the lifetime of father when father is alive. Dayabhaga says that son can claim right to property or right to property in father's assets only after father is no more. So only after the death of father they can claim right in father's property. That's the right statement. So first statement is wrong. There is no issue of caste discrimination. There is issue of when the son can have right to property in father's property. The Mitakshara system deals with matters related to property by male members of the family, whereas Dayabhaga system deals with the matter related to property by both male and female members of the family. So this is not the right here. So it's like difference there. After the death of husband, widow can have a right to property. So widow can have the right to property, but there is no discussion on the right to property of daughters. There is no differentiation on the right to property of daughters, and that widow also can have right to property only till the time her son or the sons do not become mature, do not turn adult. So that is a temporary right to property. So this one also is not correct here. Point number 1 is wrong. Point number 2 is right. Point number 3 is wrong if you read it carefully, because issue here is about female members, male members, female members, son versus daughter. So there is no discussion on the right of daughter in father's property. So option here is only 2. And the moment 1 is wrong, so automatically you know that 2 and 3 is not even the option. So 2 is the right option here. That is B. Question number 41. With reference to history of ancient India, Bhavabhuti, Hastimalla and Chemeshwar, they were the great playwrights. They were great drama writers. Like Bhavabhuti wrote Uttar Ramacharita, Hastimalla and Chemeshwar also, they were great writers of the age. They wrote many dramas. The story of Nala Damayanti was portrayed through dramas by Chemeshwar. So they were great playwrights. That is the unique feature of these writers. A very easy question. I think even NCERTs, this question is covered. Question number 42. Consider following statements. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms, that is Government of India Act 1919, this is a part of constitutional development in India. Recommended granting voting rights to all the women above 21. This is wrong. This recommendation was made by Government of India Act 1935. Montagu-Chelmsford report or reforms, first there was a report, and on the basis of report, reforms were enacted. So Montagu-Chelmsford report denied women any right to vote. Government of India Act 1935 gave women reserved seats in legislature. Of course, separate electorates were introduced for women in India by the Act of 1935. Point number 2 is right. Point number 1 is wrong. You are looking for correct statement, so 2 only. 43, with reference to 8th August 1942, what happened on this day? This day enjoys great significance in Indian history. This was the day on which August Resolution or Quit India Resolution was adopted in Gwalior Tank Ground, Mumbai, by All India Congress Committee or by Indian nationalists standing under the flag of Congress. So on this day, Quit India Resolution was adopted. It's very simple, clearly mentioned, and Quit India movement was to start next day. But in the early morning of 9th August, most of the prominent leaders of Congress or most of the prominent nationalist leaders were arrested by police. So this was the day of Quit India Resolution. On this day, Quit India Resolution was adopted by All India Congress Committee in Mumbai in Gwalior Tank Ground. Others are quite far apart. There's no relevance at all. Very easy to make. Congress minister resigned in 1939. 27th of October 1939. Cripps' proposal, an Indian Union with full dominion, came up in 1942. That is April 42, 11th of April 1942. Viceroy's Executive Council was expanded to include more Indians. That is a provision of Wavell Plan 1945. So these are completely far apart, absolutely no confusion. Very easy question, and I hope all of you have done it correct. Question number 44, who among the following is associated with songs from prison? Look at the book here. This is songs from prison. Who? Mahatma Gandhi. Songs of Prison is a translation of ancient Indian religious lyrics. This was done by Gandhiji when he was in jail. In the 1930s, at the time of CDM, he was in jail, and that time he carried out translations. So option here is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Option is C. Remember this book. This is the book that Gandhiji translated, written by somebody else, English writer, but this is about Gandhian translation in jail of Indian lyrics. 45, with reference to medieval India, which one of the following is the correct sequence of ascending order, increasing order? So village, number of villages together, made pargana or block. Number of parganas together made district, sarkar. And number of sarkars together made province, that is Suba. So village to block, that is pargana, pargana to district, that is sarkar, and sarkar to Suba. This was the kind of system during Mughal period. Very easy. I think everybody should have done it correct. And if you have not done it correct, then I think your revisions were less. So question number 45, option is A. Question number 46, who among the following was associated as secretary with Hindu female or Bethune school, basically known as Bethune Female School, and this was a school established by John Eliot Drinkwater Bethune. Person was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar was requested to take up the position of secretary by John Eliot Drinkwater Bethune, who established this female school for promotion of education of girl child. Option here is C. Question number 47, in the context of colonial India, Sahanawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal, Guru Baksh Singh, Dhillon, I think everybody will know that these were the great warriors, these were the great freedom fighters who were part of Indian National Army of Subhash Chandra Bose. They were tried in Red Fort in August 45, and their trial had captured the imagination. It was the public mood, aggravated, intensified by the public trial of these INA officers, that turned the tables against British forever, that forced the British to leave India, because people had made up their mind that they will not be tolerating British rule any further. Even Congress appointed a committee headed by Bhulabhai Desai, committee of lawyers to defend these great freedom fighters. So they were finally exonerated. So they were the officers of Indian National Army. They were the lieutenants of Subhash Chandra Bose. They were his commanders. 48. With reference to Indian history, which of the following statement is correct? Nizamat of Arcot emerged out of Hyderabad state. Nizamat of Arcot is or was older than Hyderabad state. This Nizamat of Arcot came into existence in around 1700 when Murshid Quli Khan was appointed as governor of Deccani provinces by Aurangzeb. So Nizamat of Hyderabad is much older than Hyderabad. So Nizamat of Arcot was much older than Hyderabad state, though this was affiliated. Mysore kingdom emerged out of Vijayanagar Empire. Of course, Mysore's kingdom was established by Vodiyars, Krishna Raja Vodiyar, and these Vodiyars were the Naikas or the provincial chieftains of Vijayanagar Empire. That's correct. Rohilkhand kingdom was formed out of the territories occupied by Ahmad Shah Durrani. No. Rohilkhand was formed by Pashtuns, by Pathans here, but this is much older than Ahmad Shah Abdali. This came into existence when Aurangzeb encouraged these Pashtuns to settle in Tarai region, which was a difficult area in terms of climate and terrain. So 1 and 3 are wrong here. You are looking for right option, so only 2, and with option 2, that is B. So you have to read each and every statement carefully, then only you can reach the right option. Otherwise, 1 or 2 mistakes are bound to happen if you do not pay proper attention. Look at the next question here, question number 49. Which one of the following statements is correct? Ajanta caves lie in the gorge of Wagura river. First itself is done. Because when you read Ajanta caves, so every time you'll find the first sentence that these are located in Ahmednagar district in Wagura river or on the banks of Wagura river. Sanchi Stupa lies in far away, far away from Chambal river. There is no vicinity. Pandulena, that is Nasik caves, are in Godavari. Amravati, river Krishna. So option is A. Very easy answer if you have prepared properly. Question number 50. Considering the following statements, 21st February is declared to be the International Mother Language Day by UNESCO. Not by UNICEF, by UNESCO. So that is wrong. The demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in Constituent Assembly. Of course, in 1948, the Bengali intellectuals who were from East Bengal part, they demanded it that Bengali language must be one of the national languages. In Pakistan, only 2. Pakistan did not accept. These voices were suppressed by Pakistani forces and demand was rejected. So 1 is wrong, 2nd is right, option is B. Question number 95. Now there are a couple of questions which are given at the last in set A. We are discussing here set A as I told you in the beginning. These questions are related to culture. So these questions are also part of history culture section discussion. With reference to India, the terms like Halabi, Ho and Kui pertain to tribal languages. These are tribal languages of tribes living in Odisha state. So these are commonly spoken tribal languages. That is, option is D. These are not prehistoric paintings. That is Bhimbetka cave paintings. These are not musical instruments. These are not dance forms. These are languages spoken by tribes of Odisha. Question number 96. Consider the following statements in respect to Bharat Ratna and Padma Awards. Bharat Ratna and Padma Awards are titles, are not titles. These are not titles. These are awarded by Government of India under the constitutional provisions. These are not titles. India cannot have titles now. So Constitution does not allow titles. So these are not titles. That is, 1 is wrong. Padma Awards, which were instituted in 54, were suspended only once, wrong twice. 1977, 1980, and second time these were suspended in 1990s in the year 1992 to 95. So these were suspended twice. These were not suspended once. That is also wrong. The number of Bharat Ratna awards is restricted to a maximum of 5, maximum of 3 every year. So Padma awards are not titles. Bharat Ratna award and Padma awards are not titles. Padma awards were suspended twice so far, and maximum 3 Bharat Ratnas can be awarded by the Government of India in one particular year. All the 3 statements are wrong, not correct. So all 3 are not correct. You have to read carefully, otherwise you will get confused. So these were the questions of history and culture. Now we'll have in the next part, next section, questions related to polity and other segments of today's paper, that is IAS General Studies paper of 2021.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for latest video updates.